a window like this. See here you can open project, new project, and we are now creating a new project. See, it's a project window. If you want, you can change your name here, project name here. I just change YCCE. Then you can set everything as default. There's no need to change anything. Just click next button, next, and next. See here you can see Arduino Mega, Arduino Uno. This is not what we are going to use. So there is no need to select any PCB layout. So you have to take this. Do not create any PCB layout. Finish. This is how we create a project using Proteus, and I will explain all these windows, all these tools, and how it use. So you can see this. This is our overview window. This is our toolbar, and this is object selector, work area, simulation bar. This is what it is. So this is our overview window. Overview window. Then we have toolbar. Then object window. Simulation window. Okay, then this is our work area, this square circle, this is our work area. So overview window, you can see your entire circuit here. Then object window, this is object window. You can select your components. Once you add component in this project, you can select from here. This is our toolbar window. We have different modes here. I will explain one by one. And this is our simulation window. So it's an important session here, and this is our left corner. This is our simulation window. You can start, then pause, stop, everything you can see. This is our simulation window. Okay, this is the rough explanation of these windows, and now we will move on to how to select components. So in here, our tool window, you can see an arrow, a diode like symbol. This is our component mode. This is our component mode. I will show one more tool. See, this is, you can see this. I will zoom this. See, this is our component mode, and you can pick component from this once you press this icon. Okay, this is our component mode, and this is, so here you can first you need to select this component mode, and then in our object window you can see a pick. P means pick. Okay, you can open a device like a window pop up. Okay, I think all this step everyone understand. And there is a error you always found if you install first time, library not found error. Okay, a library not found error most of the case happened. So if anyone installed and tried, you can see that error, library not found. So please listen how to solve it. If you have any notebook or any pen with you, you can write it how to solve this library not found error. Okay, first you need to close your Proteus. So I don't have that kind of error, so I'm not closing it, but I will explain how to do it. do it how to solve that error. So first you need to close your Proteus, then after that you can see your icon here in just right click and go to properties. Proteus icon, right click, go to properties. Okay, then properties, then in properties you can see a small tab like compactability. Okay, so what the step we followed? First you need to close your Proteus, then go to your icon, just right click and go to Proteus 8 properties. You can see a lot of tabs here: security, details, previous versions, general. In that tab, compactability, just click this compactability and you can see here run this program as administrator. Most of the case it is not ticked, so you need to tick this, run this program as an administrator. Okay, once you tick this, press apply, then okay. See why it's showing that error is the library is already in your folder directory, but this software doesn't have a permission to access it, so you have to make it root administrator power. Okay, I think everyone understand this procedure. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now. It's important. There is 27 people here. I think you follow this step. It's important. If you install first time this Proteus software, some system it will not showing that kind of error, library not found. So I explain how to solve it. Okay, so I'm continue. Okay, this is our window, and once select component mode, I'm going to pick some terminal. So first I'll show you a small simple circuits. So I need to select one LED. So I just type LED. You can see here hundreds of components. Different company provided different type of current rating, voltage rating, different type of LEDs and different colors also. So what we need to do is we need to select a general LEDs. So here you can see LED, light emitting diode, LED BY active. LED BY active means Y means yellow, RG means green, blue, LED green, everything. Animated model. You can select these 6 type because it's a normal LED we used. So I'm selecting just a green LED. Okay. So you can see in our component, object window, you can see LED green. A component is added. If you want rotate this, if you want rotate this div component, here you can see rotate clockwise, anti-clockwise, which you want you can rotate it. Okay. So I'm just select this window, select this component, and I just place it. So once you click on your work area, you can see this component, and if you want, you have to select where you want to place it. I just place it. Okay, it's better if you have a mouse, it's better you use it. Okay, so I just add component here, a simple LED components. So now what I need some power sources, a ground and a terminal. So this is component mode. You can see here once you scroll down, you can see here a terminal mode. In that terminal mode, all types of power pins are available. Power, ground. Okay, power here. So I'm just adding a power pin here. This power pin only provide 5 volt. Okay, so if you want more than 5 volt, you need to provide it by using a voltage source. So this only provide 5 volt. Then ground. So I added a power terminal and a ground terminal. Then now I'm going to connect it. How to connect it? See, once you can see my pen here, once you move your cursor into the end of this, you can see a red selection dot. You can see this red dot, so just click there, so it will automatically create that connection line. And where you want, if I want to connect these two, I just move it into the end of this line, ground. Okay, it will connect. Okay, then now I want to delete this wire. How I delete? You can see the wire is selected while there is a red block. You can see right click. Once you right click that line, you can see delete wire. Okay, so now I am going to connect this positive terminal of diode into, I mean LED, into power terminal. So I select, then okay, you can see here, I click here and I move, and I just this end of terminal I connect. Okay, now it's connected. Okay, so our connection is completed. Now I want to simulate it. So normally a 5 voltage LED, if we power up a LED with 5 voltage, it will burn out, but here no problem. I just click here, simulation window. You can see a green color here. My simulation start. Okay, once I press this stop, it will stop. It's a simple circuit, and it will explain how to use these modes, component modes, terminal modes, and everything. This is our simulation window, I mean simulation bar. Once you click this play button, the simulation start, this LED will start glowing, and you can stop by clicking the stop button. Okay, this is simple things, the simple circuit you can implement using Proteus. Okay, anyone have any doubt, queries? You can ask me now. Okay, I will share this video by evening, so you can watch and do it by yourself. Okay, then I will continue. So now I don't have any doubts regarding this. So it's a basic circuit. I just added a power terminal, an LED, a ground terminal. Okay, now I need to add a resistor. How to add a resistor? Just first you need to click your component mode, then pick you can type resistor here, RES. Different types of resistor you can see here, and you can see this generic resistor, generic resistor. Okay, then just I'm gonna delete this wire. Once I added, you can see all components in this object window. So resistor, I just connect my resistor here. Okay, if I want to move this component, just click this and it will click and drag. Okay, click and drag, you can move this component. So this is my I connected through a resistor. Okay, and again I start my simulations. What happened? My LED is not blinking. Why? Anyone have any suggestion why my LED is not blinking? I think it's because of my resistance. See my resistance value here. I can calculate this current and voltage through this wire connection. Here you can see this probe mode. You can see a probe mode, voltage and current. So I just connect my voltage here, then my voltage here. Okay. In toolbar you can see a probe mode icon. So once you click, you can select your which you want, voltage or current. So I just select voltage. I start my simulation. It is 5 volt and output is around 2.1 volt. Okay, just shoot. So voltage is 2.2 voltage. I just reduce my resistance now, 1k. And okay, you can see my LED start glowing now. You can see my LED start glowing now. So why it's not working earlier? Because due to this resistance. The same way, if you add a higher resistance into a circuit, it will not provide, I mean, record voltage. All voltage drop across here this circuit, so we don't have get sufficient voltage into this LED. That's why the same way, same principle. So you can use this Proteus for your basics. If you have, if here have any electronics, I mean analog teachers staffs, you can use this. You can simulate almost everything, every circuit in our lab by using this Proteus. Okay. So it's a basic simple circuit. I just added my voltage, then current things, and you can see here you have in instruments you have oscilloscope. Oscilloscope means you can watch these waveforms, and logical analyzer, virtual terminal, SPI and I2C debugger. These two used for embedded, and signal generator. You can generate sine wave, square wave, triangle wave, everything. DC voltmeter, DC ammeter, all the components we used in our lab, you can get it here. So this is the best software for virtual simulation. Okay. Then now I'm going to do a small design. I want to design a voltage regulator. I want to convert a 12 voltage into, I mean 230 voltage into a 12 volt or 5 volt. It's a basic lab experiment, a voltage regulator, design a voltage regulator. Okay, we are going to do that here. We explain this thing, components mode, pickup modes, then how to add component. I'll explain how to add component. So if you are facing any problem, once again I say, if you are facing this error, library not found error, you have to follow the step I explained previously. Okay, keyword name, component mode, terminal modes, signal generator, probes and instruments. These are basic tools we are using, and here we are going to design this software, I mean this circuit, a voltage regulator circuit. Okay. So first I need to add components into my circuit. I just delete. So if your simulation is running, you can add or edit nothing. You need to stop this before you do any change. So I close, and I'm going to add some components here. I mean components required for my voltage regulator. I need a sine wave, I mean 230 voltage sine generator V sine. V sine, okay. Then transformer, I need a transformer which convert 230 volt into 12 volt. Trans 2P 2S. Tran 2PTS symbol transformer. Then diode, I need diode diode. See, I'm typing all these generic components so that you can easily select. Diode, you can see here, diode, generic diode. You select generic diode, and we already added a resistance. We need to add capacitor. Capacitor, non-electrolytic capacitor. Okay. Then resistor, LED, transistor. Okay, voltage IC 77805. 5 voltage regulator. Okay, so I add all components. Now I'm going to design my circuit here. So first I need to add V sine, sine wave regulator. After that, voltage regulator, I mean not voltage, transformer. Then I need to bridge rectifier. I need to set up a bridge rectifier using diode. I don't remember. It's a bit rectifier. Now I need to add my voltage regulator 7805. It will convert into 5 voltage. Once this, okay. Then capacitor for removing ripples, ground, LED. Okay. Resistor, I just rotate my resistor, add my resistor here. Then LED, I just select yellow LED, LED Y. I rotate my LED. capacitor. So you need this is how we set up a voltage converter into 230 volt to 5 volt in our lab. Now we need to add values. V sine wave, V sine part value reference, amplitude. We need to set amplitude 230 volt, then frequency 50 hertz. That's a 50 hertz. Okay, it's same. Then diode. Okay, we need to set this capacitor value. It's 1000. Okay, then resistor value 230 ohm. Okay, it's almost our circuit is completed. Now I'm going to just simulate these circuits to check whether it's working or not. It's loading. I think it's need more time to process. Just wait few seconds. So it's a basic voltage converter. It convert 230. You can see here we provide a 230 volt 50 hertz frequency sine wave, and this transformer will convert it into 12 volt AC, and this bridge rectifier will convert it into a DC voltage, and this capacitor will remove this ripples. That's it, and it's not loading yet. Okay, I think it's not. I need to change my graphics setting. I think so. That's it. It's not processing yet. That's happened. So you can try this circuit. Okay. Please try this circuit and let me know if you are facing any problem. I just stop this debugging session. I'm not. I just close. I'm not opening any new things. Okay, you can just try this circuit. I don't know why it's not working, because I think it's almost all this application working parallelly. My processor not processing this file. I need to check this. If I take time to check now, it will take our time. So I'm moving on. So please try to do this circuit. It's a exercise. It's a task for you people. So you can try this circuit. Okay, this circuit, and let me know if you're facing any problem. You have to set here that voltage. It's 230 volt, 230 volt and 50 hertz voltage supply we are providing, and here you need to supply 1000 UF, 1000 UF, and this is 270. Okay, just wait, I not change. Still I don't know, it's not showing. Just wait. So please note and try this at your home. You can see here all component we added. What is it? It's a 7805, and it's a diode, cap, LED, resistance, transistor, and sign voltage generator. Okay, so all these components are we added for this circuit. So please try it. I just close this and open once again. Let's check. Okay, it start working. I don't know what happened with that file. You can see here. Let me check. 230 volt, 50 hertz. Okay, the frequency is same. Then impedance, everything same. Capacitor 1000 UF. Okay, resistance 220 ohm. That okay. The same circuit. I don't know. It's not working there, but I already had one more file. So you can see here. This circuit is working. This LED is blinking. So if you want to check the current voltage, just go to probe mode, voltage. I'm selecting voltage here, then once voltage here, then it's a before and after this, before and after this. Okay, this is my voltage. So I start simulation. It's a 16. I don't know why it's showing 16. Then for it's a varying for 0 to 4, 15 voltage, 5 voltage. It's a DC voltage, that it's showing some DC. We need to check with a DC ammeter. Sorry, AC voltmeter. Okay, it's a AC wave, so you need to use AC ammeter and AC voltmeter to check this. Okay, I will just show one more thing, how to add CRO. So in instrument mode, you can see AC voltmeter, AC ammeter. Also you can see here oscilloscope. Okay, now I just add this sine wave into this probe. Okay, start my terminal. You can see here a sine wave in channel A. Then what I'm going to do, I am just going to remove this time division, not this. You can see my sine wave here. Okay, then stop. I also add the output sine wave here in B terminal. Terminal C on its channel B. Can see here waves here. Okay, so I'm not good at CRI and all this electronic circuit, so I don't know exactly about all these things. I I have a little bit idea of how to do this, but I don't know exactly how oscilloscope working. I mean these tuning things. I forget everything. That's it. But you can see here that's our sine wave here. Also you can add, if you want, you can add directly to a signal generator into CRO, so you can match that sine wave, square wave, triangle wave, everything. Okay, so this is all about how to set up and add instrument circuits, everything in Proteus. Okay, if you have any doubts you can ask me now. Anyone have any doubts? Okay, then we can move on to next session. So in this circuit we just design a circuit, design a voltage regulating circuit, that's it. But we are using actually a Arduino board. We are using actually a Arduino board. So how to add Arduino board into Proteus? See, I'm using my previous file. Just I am removing this. Okay, how to add a Arduino board, that's how I am disking. And throughout our next sessions we are taking this Arduino board for our simulation purpose. So please watch this. In P, I mean component mode, pick your components. Arduino AR DU, Arduino Nano, Arduino Mini, we are using Arduino Uno. Okay, then once I select this Arduino Uno, you can place it here. This is our Arduino board. You can see here digital pins, analog pins, no need for power pins, so that's not added here. AC0, PC0 port, everything related to this. By default, then you need to listen that by default it's not added in our Proteus library. You need to add it externally. You need to download and add this module externally. I will explain how to add this thing. Okay, you can use this. I will share this link with you people. You can download this library file. It includes all modules and sets there we are going to use in our upcoming sessions. So you can just download this library.file. Also I will share with WhatsApp. You can download from here or WhatsApp. Okay, then I will explain how to add Arduino module into Proteus. Once you download, you can see a library.file look like this. You need to extract it. So extract it and open. You can see 4 or 5 zip files here. Arduino library for Proteus, Arduino library for IR proximity sensor, everything just like you can see here. Okay, so first you need to extract this file. Extract here. So here you can see two files, Arduino.tep and Arduino.lib. You need to copy this file, both files, copy. Then go to your installation directory. By default it's installed in your C drive, program files, lab center. So program file 86 I think. You can see your by default it is installed the same directory, local disk seal. Inside that program file x86, inside you can see a folder named Lab Center Electronics. Open this folder. You can see here a file name library. In this folder all the libraries and components exist. See here, these are different types of libraries. Okay, I just paste our library, Arduino library, into here. Paste. So you can see here the destination file also. It's all it's exists here. It asking me to replace or not. So if you do it first time, it will not there. So you need to follow this step. How to add library? I mean how to add Proteus Arduino library into Proteus. Okay, I added my library the same way. Okay, this is how we add library. Arduino library. By default, Arduino file is not available. As I told you, it's not a microcontroller, it's a board. So Proteus is not giving a board type layout. If you want, you can select your Arduino IC here. I will show how it add. See, file, components. What's our IC name? It's Atmega. Atmega 32.8. You can see here Atmega 32.8p. So this is our IC. If you want, you can just connect IC like this, and you can connect the program here, LED, sensors, everything here, and you can program this IC. It will not by default. Proteus does not provide this layout. Arduino look like layout, so you need to add it externally. I will show how to add this. You need to download. Okay, I just closed that file, I think so. You can see once you downloaded a .rar file. You need to extract it. Once extracted, you can see over 3 or 4 library files. All these are we are going to use in our upcoming session. One is IR proximity sensor. It's IR sensor module, PIR sensor module, ultrasonic sensor module. All these things are we are going to use. So you need to use follow the same procedure, and I will not explain how to add that in that session. First you need to select both these two files, copy it, and go to Lab Center directory, see program file x66. You can see a file name Lab Center. You can directly see Proteus Inside Lab Center, you can see Proteus 8 Professional. And inside that, you can see a folder named Library where you need to paste this. Okay, this is the procedure you need to follow. And once you need to add our module, you can just reopen. You can close and reopen your Proteus. In library, you can see this Arduino board. As I told you before, there are different types of Arduino board present. I will show some others. Arduino Uno, Arduino Nano. It's another type of Arduino board. Arduino Nano. Then Arduino Mega also present there. Arduino Mega. This is Arduino Mega board. It's little bit bigger. You have many more pins here. Arduino Mega, you can see lot of pins, but in Arduino Uno you only have 20 pins. In 20 pins we have 14 analog pins and 14 digital pins and 6 analog pins we have. Okay, I just delete. So this is our board. If you want to connect a LED, you can select LED here. And you can terminal. Okay, ground it. Okay, this is how this circuit works. Now I explain how to add our Arduino file into these simulations. Okay, I will explain how to add our Arduino X file into this Arduino board, this simulated Arduino board. Once you double click on this file, you can see Arduino Uno board, clock frequency. You can see here a program file. Here you need to paste your Arduino file. Here you need to paste your Arduino file. Then it's working. I will show. Just need to open my Arduino IDE. Excuse me, 1 second. Okay, I will just hello. Okay. Yes. Hello. Okay, so I will show how to. That's we are going to do in our next section. In our next section we will discuss how to interface a LED, how to interface a button, and how to add this software into our Proteus. I will show you a demo. So we need to just run sketchbooks. So it's a basic simple LED blinking program. I just compile it. So once you write the program, you need to compile it, check whether if you have any problem in your code or not. Okay. Okay, once you successfully compiling, you can see here a file named hex file. Once you scroll up, scroll your right side, you can see here blink.ini hex. Just copy this using Control C keyword, Control C, and paste it here. Okay, then start your simulation. You can see here LED start blinking. After 1 second it will turn off. Again 1 second it start blinking. It's a basic LED blinking program, and we will do more about this and how to interface button, LEDs, different types of interfacings, IR sensor, LCD, everything. We discuss almost IO devices in our 3 days session. Okay, so I explain all these thing. I mean basic interfacing and how to add button and LED in our next session. So it's almost 2:30. We can wind up this session now. So we can start our next section at 3 o'clock. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now or else at 3 o'clock. Thank you all. Which is this software? I mean, I already shared two software, Ordina IDE and Proteus. Okay. Any queries?
Hello.
Okay. Yes.
Am I audible?
Then let's take a small break. We can.
Hello.
Okay, sir. Take on.
Uh, Sir, if you want to continue, you can continue to 3:30.
Okay, then is that okay for everyone? Then I will continue up to 3:30 because that's a good thing. Uh, okay,
Participants.
is it okay for you?
Please continue, sir.
Okay, then I will continue that. It's okay. Thank you. Okay. So now I want to say something because I currently running almost 3 or 4 software in my system. All these are taking at maximum, I mean at least some processing speed processing. So sometime there may be my screen went blank or system goes shut down. It's happened earlier, that's why I am saying it's before. So there might be a chance of system going shut down because one process is overloaded, my CPU is going shut down. So if that happen, you need to wait for me at least 1 or 2 minutes to turn on my system. Okay, so let's continue our session. So previous sessions we discussed about how to interface, how to add components module, how to add our Arduino modules into Proteus. So this is the setup we need to throughout our 3 days. Because we don't have any hardware kit here, you have to practice this, how to add these components, and you need to test whether it's working or not, because we following this Proteus simulation environment throughout our 3 days. Okay, and now we are going to interfacing some LED. So I'll give you a rough idea about how LED works, and after that we are going to program it. So you can see this is our microcontroller. The first program we are discussing is just a simple LED blinking program. I need to connect my LED, so I just draw an LED here. It's my LED. I connected it into pin number 30. Okay, if you want you can change pin number, it's any pin available. Okay, how many ways we can connect an LED or yes, LED we can connect it in 2 ways. Okay, we can connect LED in 2 ways. One is this and another way is this way also. Connecting to 6 or 7 pin. Okay, this is the 2 way we can connect our LED. For instance, I will show. You can see here, this is a 2-way we can connect an LED into a microcontroller board. What's the difference is, in one connection we are sourcing, we are providing a 5 voltage or high voltage. In another type connection we are syncing means we are grounding this connection. Okay, we are grounding this connection. This is the two types of connection we are used in LED connections. Two types of connections, one is sourcing, another one is syncing. In sourcing connection, or you can say active high connection. In active high connection we are providing that we are sourcing this 5 voltage. In active low connection we are grounding this LED circuit. So when this LED will on, see it's a grounded. So if you provide a high voltage here, high voltage means 1 here, it will LED on. Okay, then if you are providing a low voltage here, it will off. Okay, I think it's a normal case, you can understand this. And let's think about this case. See here, when LED is on, you can see here I am providing here a 5 voltage. So LED will on only if I provide here 0. And if I provide here 5 voltage or high, it will off, because we have same potential here, current will not flow through the circuit. So from this program you can understand that in embedded programming, both your component connections and even your program also correlated. See, if I use this code and this connection, it will not work. Okay, the same method, if I use this code and this connection, it will not work. So you have to you need to connect and set up. Always first connect your connections first, set up your connection first, then going to program it. It's the best approach, so that one thing is fixed and you can change this as you wish. Okay, so we are discussing these two methods. So this is I will give you a rough idea. It's a simple idea. LED, and LED, I'm not going to explain what is LED. It's a PN junction diode and it's emitter, but I'm not going to explain all nothing about it. Normally LED it's used for indication things. We are using a 5-volt LED, and if you are connected directly you need to have resistor in between this, or else this LED will burn out. Okay, this is thing. And now we are going to program how to LED, how to program it, all this thing. Okay, I think you know this, you can understand, you understand this thing. We can connect LED in two ways: active high connections and active low connections. In active high connection we are sourcing means we are providing that voltage. In active low connection we are sinking, we are grounding that connection. Okay, so as I told you before, first we need to set up our connection first. You can see here Arduino I connected. I just changed my LED pin to 32.7. Okay, so I first set up my connections, fixed my connections. Then just open your Arduino IDE file new. Okay, so we discussed in our first session. This is the basic syntax setup structure of Arduino program: void setup and void loop. Void setup and void loop. Okay, so here you can read, put your setup code here to run once, and here you can put your code to run repeatedly. So first what we need to do is we need to set our direction. Which pin I connected? I connected pin number 6. You can see here I connected not 6, it's a 7, pin number 7. So I need to set up first the direction of that pin using which function? Pin mode. Pin mode. Which pin? I'm declaring 7th pin. Okay, set as output. Okay, so this is the simple way, you can simple way, but it's not understandable. So first you need to declare a variable int LED which is equal to 7. So it's much more understandable and readable. So I am setting a variable LED and it have value of 7. Then I put here LED. Okay, I set my LED as an output. Then I need to first set it high. So which function I need to use for setting a pin high? We use digital write function. It's a digital write function. Digital write function, which first you need to provide the pin address or pin name LED set as high. You can type high or you can type 1 also. Then after that you need to provide a delay. So delay is very important things in embedded system, because if you want to watch, this program will execute in 60 megahertz speed. So if you want to watch what happen inside, you need to provide a delay in. So in delay we are using argument as microsecond, not microsecond, millisecond. So if I provide 1000 millisecond, it means 1 second. I want a delay of 10 seconds. So what should I provide as an argument? I need to provide 10,000 as an argument. Okay, once I set detail right, then I'm turn off my LED. Digital right. It's a case sensitive. All these functions are case sensitive, so you need to check which. In between you can see some letters are capital, some are small, so you have to check that before. LED low. Then delay. It's a 1 second delay in normal case, but in our simulation it's almost took 5 seconds. It's some bug inside that. So if you providing a 1 second delay, it will take almost 5 seconds. So I'm just providing a 500 millisecond. Point 5 second. Okay, so you can see this is void setup and this is void loop. This void setup is execute only at once, but you can see here this void loop, I mean this void loop will first execute this line, this line, this line, and once it complete, it will again execute from the beginning. That's how void loop work. It's like while one function. While one function. Okay, the same code. So this is how LED is working. So now we need to compile this code, check whether it's correct or not. I just compile. You need to save this file LED 01. Okay, done compiling. Now I'm going to explain how to find your hex file. How to find your hex file. Hex file is an embedded file. You need to upload that file. By default, it is not available in your Arduino IDE. You need to set it up. Okay. So for that, how to enable hex file? In your Arduino IDE toolbar, file preference, there is a preference. You can have window open, preference window. Here you can set this tick, show verbose output during time. Take this compilation step. This is, you need to follow this step to set your showing your hex file, or else it will just showing completed, not showing your hex file. So if you want to show your hex file, you need to first enable these settings. Inside our file menu, preference, you can see a a tick box, show verbose output during compilation. Tick this compilation. Okay, then tick this one. Okay, then you can see here, once you compile your program, here lot of lines, compilation codes. What happen if I write this? I just purposefully removed this comma and I am start compiling. Let's look what happened. Normally it's showing an error, expected comma before delay. It's showing an error. So I'm just putting this delay here. Okay, then done compiling. Okay, now it's compiling. So you can see here lot of lines. So just scroll your mouse here, scroll. So inside your third line from the end, you can see ino.elf. This is not our file. You can just scroll up. Okay, you can see above, just above the line .ino.elf, you can see this hex file. Just copy this file. Copy means control C for copying, and paste it here. Paste, control V. Okay, so if you do it first time, it's really difficult to find this hex file, because little bit you are confusing where actually this file exit everything. So once if you try this 2 or 3 times, you can do it by yourself. See here. So if you try to do it first time, it's seeing difficult. You don't know, there are a lot of lines. You can see here. Just scroll up. You can see I don't know where it is, but once you try it 3 or 4 times, then you know exactly where that file will be. Your file name .ino.x. This is our file, hex file. You need to upload it in your Arduino board. Okay. Then I will upload it. I start my simulation here. You can see here my LED blinking. Turn off. Now I need to add a second LED also. So just I am going to component. No, I already added LED bulb here. Okay, in sixth position, sixth pin, I just need to add it. Just ground it. Okay, so I fixed my circuit. I need to program my Arduino looking at this. Okay, so what I need to do, first I need to declare my second LED here. Int LED 2, LED equal to, LED 2, which is equal to 6. Then I need to set up it as a output. I just copy and paste it. LED 2. Okay, I need to set it as a high. Control C. See, I am use the same, I am follow the same procedure. First I need to just declare a variable here. First I need to declare a variable here. Then I set my LED to as a output here. After that I turn my LED 1 high, LED second high, then LED 2 high, and LED 1 second high, low. Okay, you can see here I made first I made 2 of them as high, then I made it as low, so it will blink according to that. You need to compile it before you run your simulation. You need to compile it, then only this change will affect our Proteus program. See, I'm using the same file, so the second time I don't need to copy my X file. If you're changing this directory or this file, then only you have to update it. You can see here, I just start my simulations. Both will blink at same time and both will turn off. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to first blink this LED. I want to first blink this LED, then I want to blink this LED. It's a simple logic, just changing this position you can do that. Okay. I just set first LED as high and second LED as low. Then first LED as low and second LED as high. Okay. Compiling. Stop simulation first. See, first green LED will blink, then yellow, then green, then yellow. It's a basic programming, and if you basic programming you need to know. And all our 3-day session we are using the same logic, same function. Your read, I mean digital read, digital write, analog read, analog write, all 4 function we are commonly using. Okay, so it's a basic thing. And now I want to shift LED from 0 to 10 or 7. Shifting LED program, that's what we are going to do next. So for that you can individually connect each LED. I need to select 7 LED and connect, and what I'm going to do is I'm using another component called LED bar graph. LED bar, it's LED bar graph. It is the same way, it's just connected an LED bar graph. So I just connect my 0 pin here, second pin, you can see here I connected LED and I need to ground this. It's a LED array, LED bar graph, what we called it, LED array. So if you want you can individually connect 8 LED separately and you can ground it. For time I'm just doing easily. Ground pin, need to connect. Okay, so now I fixed my program. What I want to do is I want to first blink LED, zeroth LED, then first, then second, then third, just shifting LED from 0 to 7. Okay, this is what I want to do. I fixed my hardware. I need to again I click the same icon. See, I need to do. So you can understand that if I write this code 7 times, it will difficult for me. See, I need to declare 7 pins. I need to declare it 7 times and write code in many more times. In this session I have to declare 7. This section I have to 7 line of code. So better we can use a for loop inside that. So here we are going to use a for loop. Okay, for what is the syntax for used for loop? For we need a variable int I. The syntax used for is for first we need to set the variable initialization condition I equal to 0. Then I want to check whether it's I less than or equal to 7 or 8. Then its increment I plus. Here instead of LED I am providing I, then high. Okay, here I provide high. So what happened here, one by one we blinking each LED and I am just reversing it also. Copy, I change this condition. Low. So can anyone explain what is this? What is the output for this code? Can anyone explain what is output for this code? Okay, I will share after this session this link. Okay, video link. So can anyone explain this code? What will be the output? See here what happened is for I equal to 0, for I equal to 0, I less than 8. First we initialize, I will explain how this for loop is working. First we initializing I, it's a variable. Okay, then it's condition, checking condition, the value of I less than 8. No, the condition is true, the value of condition is true. So what happened is digital write I high. High means what? First LED. So the first LED will turn on. Okay, then what happened is after executing this line I plus plus, I become 1. Then I less than 8, yes, condition true. Then what happened is second LED start, third LED start, blink, turn on, 4, 5 up to 7 LED. Then when I become 8, this condition will false, it will exit from this loop. This is how this for loop work. Okay, then our what happened in our next for loop, for I equal to 7, so I am setting I value as 7. What happened, I's value is always greater than, this condition is true, 7 is greater than or equal to 0. What happened? The 7th LED will become low. It will off. Then this loop will continually working up to this value become -1. I become -1. It will exit loop. It's a simple LED program. This explain. I will explain one more. Okay. Let's check whether it's working or not. It's very important. You need to know the basics knowledge of C programming. So if you are not familiar with this C, you can start C programming. Once you have the basics idea of how C programming, not everything, just conditional statement, for loop, while loop, variables, that's it, that's enough. If you know these basic things, you can easily understand these programming codes. Okay, so done compiling successfully. It's only showing 7 and 10. I don't know what. Our code is working. I think this board has some problem. Done compile successfully. I equal to 0, 0 to 8. We increasing. Yeah, code is correct. Let's. This paragraph is not working, I think. So wait. We can add our LED. One, two, three, 4, 5.